Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at some field upgrades to answer the question, which field upgrade should you run? To start off with, a field upgrade is an upgrade you earn throughout your life. You'll earn these passively. It doesn't matter how many kills or score you have. You'll just get them at a fixed rate. There are currently 11 field upgrades, and we're going to go through each. So first up, we have the Assault Pack. This is effectively the Oprah Winfrey of COD. You get ammo, and you get ammo. Yes, that's right. This little bag of happiness and joy brings you and your teammates ammo and equipment. If you put this down in your spawn, loads of people will use it and help your teammates get out of tight situations. Just don't ask me where it comes from. Like a little drug mule, it seems to appear from his rear end. Furthermore, this bad boy gives you score when your teammates use it, so it's like an investment to your score streak. I think it's a solid option. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have the little spring mine. This little pizza can be thrown out and explodes when enemies run over it. It does have a little delay and can be avoided if the enemy is quick enough. However, in my experience, it's effective at getting kills. Although, Season 1 has come out and with it the hit list and a new perk called the Shadow. And Shadow allows people to run over spring mines or blast traps and not get hurt. So therefore this is going to become incredibly frustrating, and I've already noticed a difference where I thought I'd covered off a position. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Next up, we have the trophy system. On objective modes, the trophy is God tier field upgrade. It's incredibly satisfying to see grenades, semis, C4s being rejected. If you time this right, this can be the difference between holding a position and winning the game, or not. The trophy does have one problem though. It can reject projectiles and explosives, but if it gets hit by one bullet, it explodes. So just be aware of people running engineer. They'll be able to see a little outline of the trophy, so try and hide it, otherwise it'll get shot. For that reason, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have the Scrambler. This creates an area which disrupts enemy equipment, field upgrades, score streaks and the minimap. This field upgrade lets you control an area, so for you campers out there it's an excellent option. It's also very useful for objective game modes, but being honest, it's a small area, so it really doesn't affect the gameplay unless they have a UAV up. However, if you're going for score streaks, this is an excellent option, as you'll be able to get assist points which will help you to your score streak. So for that reason, it's a 5 out of 10. Next up, we have the Signal Lure. And yes, I did have to Google the pronunciation of lure. Anyway, this attracts enemy players to you because it reveals your position, but I don't really have a problem with revealing my position anyway. I mean, with recon, cheaters, UAVs, callouts, they always clearly show where you are, so I mean, revealing your position for extra score isn't exactly OP in my mind. And also, COD Night, I mean Black Ops 6, has some really obvious skins. They're not exactly covert, are they? Initially I thought this was a bit pointless because I kept getting shot from about 8 different angles, but then I started to use it more and it became OP. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Next up, we've got Warcry. This seems more suited to an RPG or strategic turn-based game, but we see it introduced into COD. Essentially the player will get out 2 sticks like he's going to rock Wembley, and everyone around him will gain movement speed and health regain for a short period of time. I'm not sure of the science behind this, but if it was me, if I was deployed next to a guy who pulled out 2 sticks like he's Mikey from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think I would turn to him and kindly explain that the enemy has guns, rocket launchers and the like. Despite this logic, it's a fairly good field upgrade and can help you win the game. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have the Tactical Insertion. Apparently by placing a little phone or pager on the floor, will help you respawn back to the same point. I can only assume that you've copied your pixels into the phone and they're re-uploading on respawn. Who knows how this works? I guess nobody cares. Anyway, this can be good or terrible. I mean, you could put this down and if somebody notices it, they will stare at it until you respawn into their crosshairs, or maybe they're quite nice and they'll just destroy it. Or you might be alive so long that you place the tac insert behind enemy lines only to respawn exactly where your teammates are. This can lead to some cool flanks, but for the most part, it's not that tactical. 4 out of 10. Next up, we've got the Acoustic amp. This gives you hearing like a bloody vampire, so if you want to know what it feels like to be like Dracula, equip this. It makes footsteps sound like a stampede. It is so good, I mean really good. It kind of makes you question why we don't have this footstep audio in the first place. Anyway, if you have a good gun skill, this can help you get the advantage in a fight, and while it's active you can hear people around you. If you don't have good gun skill, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Maybe, I don't know, like practice. Anyway, I'll give this a rating of 8 out of 10. Next up, we've got the Morphine injector. This allows you to fall into last stand if you take fatal damage, but only for a duration. While last stand is active, if you are killed, you can be revived by your teammates, or you can revive yourself. Be revived by your teammates. Am I right? Are you joking? I mean, people reviving people on COD multiplayer is just not in the COD DNA. Anyway, if you kill somebody, you can revive yourself. People are going to hate me for this, but I think that it shouldn't have an active window. I think that once you inject it, the next time you die, you should be put into last stand. I mean, would it be overpowered? No, because it's not on every death. Let me know if I'm wrong. I used to love the old school last stand. I don't know why we don't have last stand back. I know some people hate it. Because of the time limit, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Next up, we have Noro gas. This allows you to deploy a trap which triggers a gas cloud to damage and potentially kill your enemy. However, the only thing it causes is rage on my part. It's so bloody weak. If anything, it gives a warning to the enemy team to let them know that I'm here. So then they're on high alert and are jumping round corners even more so than before. So I'll give it a 3 out of 10, only because it can sort of help you hold down a position. But it's really weak, it needs to be better. Lastly, we have Sleeper Agent. This was so good when the game came out. You could infiltrate the enemy team and appear as a friendly. You could do your 007 stuff and get 3, 4, 5 kills like your John Wick. However, the Fun Police decided to put Vigilance perk in the game, which negates Sleeper Agent. So now, every Fun Sponge runs this perk, including me. So now you put Sleeper Agent on and the first enemy you come across sees right through your disguise and kills you. Week 1 this would have got 10 out of 10, however now it's a 4 out of 10 at best. My favourite field upgrade is the good old fashioned trophy system. What's your favourite field upgrade? Anyway, for now, thanks for watching, see you later.